long arms. We've made sure of that. An arm length is $10, so the odds are in your favor at this moment.
Very cool, very cool.
Make sure you go ahead and vote for the MVPs. We will be announcing those tomorrow evening, but get your vote in so we can award the deserving parties some awards. This is the weirdest sentence I've ever spoken.
That was a weird sentence, actually. I was waiting for it to end.
Did you know that you can speak and run on sentences? Because I can.
We know you can.
Got TRD merch, tournament, league, and home team apparel. And if you're interested in a spring breaks, I cannot talk anymore. Swarm tournament t-shirt. They are $15 over at the Wrecking Mall. Get you one. I think you can. there. Hello. We are about to start a wonderful, wonderful game. Down a little. With about 30 seconds to go, and we're going to start.
And they're gonna be watching, or we're gonna be watching actually, and announcing the Philly against Columbia Juniors game.
Do we read off?
Yeah, we can read off.
Okay.
Let's do it.
I'll do Columbia.
Yes.
All right, so for Columbia Junior Rollers, we have 00 Turtle, 16 Slam Diesel, 1633 T-Puff, 2 Short Stack O Slam Cakes, 21 Ham Slam Witch, 246 Peaches and Scream, 32 DJ Weapon, 321 Squirrel, 63 Mad Eye Moody, who's wearing the C for Columbia, 650 Slim'em, 767 Butt Hurt Popcorn, 777 Kickin' Kenzie, 814 Hit Bull, 9 I Gnarly, and 999 Bad Juju.
And for Philly, we've got 10 Rainbow Crash, 100 Stitch Glitch, 101 TIE Fighter, 13 Unstoppable, 14 Rough Red, 15 Motley Drew, 17 Takedown Diva, 171 Tomahawk, 180 Magzilla, 181 Maddie Longlegs, 20 Yaya the Destroyer, 31 Susan B. Anarchy, 394 Hermione Namer, 409 Vegomatic, and 817, who is also Captain Boomerang. And we started.
Off on the first, and it looks like Philly grabbed lead out from under Columbia, but he's hot on their tail.
That was a beautiful apex jump by 1-3 Unstoppable for Philadelphia. And Columbia did try to stop him. Unfortunately, they got out of bounds when they hit him, but yet did not get him out.
Well, it was a 0-all, so still fresh start. We
Amazing effort.
3-1 up for Philly and 7-7-7 up for Columbia. Just got confused.
And Philadelphia gets lead again with number 31, Susan B. Anarchy. That is an amazing name for a junior skater, by the way.
Right. We got 2 Philly skaters in the box and 1 Columbia in the box, so playing a strong game.
And Philadelphia calls it off, getting an additional 4 points.
3?
I'm sorry, 3 points.
So 3-0, but only in the first 2 minutes of the game.
Yeah. Have you noticed how fast junior roller derby is?
It's terrifying.
I think it's because they've got so much energy.
I am tired watching it.
Right? So am I.
Pretty sure I've burned 7,000 calories just watching these games.
I if that was true and that could happen, that would be amazing.
I would be so thin. And it looks like, Columbia almost had it, but got knocked out around the outside.
They are running the jammers back so well on both sides.
And Philly up for lead again.
Unstoppable, number 13.
So that's 4 leads in a row.
And number 32 on Columbia is going to the box.
Unfortunately, Columbia jammer just got called a cut, so this will be a power jam for Philly. If Columbia can hold strong, they can hold some of them points down.
Philadelphia's blockers are keeping a goat in the back, making it hard for Columbia to actually keep a jammer for very long, since they only have about 20 feet before they have to let him go.
So this will give them a chance to kind of wall back up.
Now that they have all 4 of their blockers on the track, that's fantastic. You see that hustle?
That was a lot of hustle. Number 2 just ran right up and bumped him. Ooh. I think medics should go and check him out. He smacked his head hard.
Number 13?
Yeah. Medic. Can I see Anya Patelis? If Anya Patelis could please come up to you.
Never mind.
Anya.
We got it. So far, the score is Philadelphia 36 and Columbia 0. In the 4th jam, we've got Columbia 777 getting her first lead jam for Columbia. Kicking Kenzie.
These are some tough kids. I was not this tough when I was a kid. I was not this tough.
Oh, no. But I do wish that I had roller derby when I was their age.
No.
I wonder how.
Cried all the time.
So, Columbia has put 6 points on the board, making it Philadelphia 36, Columbia 6.
The beautiful thing about roller derby is it is anybody's game up until those last 30 seconds, always.
Oh, yeah. Anything can change what's going on. Like right now, we've got a power jam going on for Columbia. So we've got number 2, short stack O slam cakes.
Oh, it looked like a lead jam, but unfortunately she did get called.
And the tides have turned for Philadelphia.
Columbia line holding down strong.
Not giving her an inch. She's working for every one of those inches right now. Number 31 for Philadelphia. Oh,
sometimes
Susan
you just
Anarchy.
need a chance to regroup and get yourself back together, and it looks like number 2 for Columbia is out. Still no lead. This is a no lead jam yet.
And because they were both in the penalty box, I believe this is going to be a 2-minute jam.
This is our first 2-minute jam of the game.
Yeah. What amazing force you see in Columbia. Actually, both teams, how they're able to just very easily connect their hits to another blocker, the opposing blocker. It's absolutely incredible.
Philly with the star pass. So their pivot is now their jammer, scoring about, I think that's 4 points thus far.
Pivot number 171, Tom Ahawk, actually was the pivot. He gained an additional 4 points. And Columbia got another 5. So we've got, the score is now 40 for Philadelphia to 11 for Columbia. We've got number 13, Unstoppable for Philadelphia against number 32. And a timeout was called. Number 32 for Columbia is DJ Weapon. I try to make it sound as like dramatic as possible. DJ Weapon.
Yeah. Just making sounds with my face hole.
As you should. It's called talking.
Oh, I love that. There's a fist pump.
Oh, yeah.
This is an incredibly strenuous sport.
And yet, everybody seems extremely friendly.
It's always happy. I
Being
love roller derby.
Supportive of each player, even if they are on the opposing team.
Yes.
Incredible. So we have a timeout for Philadelphia, now ending.
So it's Philly 1-3 to DJ Weapon Columbia 3-2.
And so far, Unstoppable has had the highest scoring of the day with 33 points.
He is just that, I guess.
Unstoppable.
Back around for a second pass for 5 points. Columbia working to get through. Philly's giving them a hard time. It's a tight pod they have out there.
Recycling every step of the way.
Columbia catches on pretty quick, though. I don't know if you see that, but they're starting to catch on to each of those jammers, so they're starting to pod and like
and starting to know what each other's doing. Yeah, no, that's so great.
Columbia jammer out for a penalty of some sort, so this will be a power jam for Philly.
I like. Tag, you're it. You owe me a Coke.
I will get you a Coke. With a tuck and roll from Unstoppable, he proves again he is unstoppable and gets right back up and gets at it.
He just stopped, dropped, and rolled. He's on fire.
Columbia giving him a rough go, but he still got around. And it looks like Columbia's jammer is coming back out. And that's our second 2-minute jam of the game.
Did you see that hit from number 32 in Columbia?
Yes.
He pegged one Philly blocker, she fell, and then he pegged another Philly blocker right on top of the other, almost like he didn't even have to move. He just flicked his shoulder and they went down. That was amazing.
It's a lot of strength there.
A lot of strength.
So we got Philly 1-4 against Columbia's 7-7-7.
And currently the score is 69 Philadelphia to Columbia 11. Columbia's jammer pulling back the Philly jammer.
Sometimes it's a nice tactic to feed the other jammer into your wall.
To slow them down? Yeah. Absolutely.
Philly out for a lead jam.
We've got number 14.
And it looks like it'll be a power jam for Philly.
And Columbia's number 16 is going to the box for forearm.
Philly up for another 5.
That was some beautiful offense from number 20 on Philadelphia.
Excellent.
Yaya the Destroyer. I just like to say Yaya.
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 The jammer awareness on both teams is a beautiful sight. The communication that you're seeing a lot of is they're just talking to each other where to go, what to do. Communication is key, always.
Okay, so Philadelphia has 88 to Columbia's 11. And I'm just going to point something out. As a skater myself, watching Columbia, I was noticing it with Columbia. I'm sure Philadelphia does it too, and I'll be watching it some more. But Columbia actually does not move. Their blockers do not move at all until they actually make contact. And they don't move unless they absolutely have to moving forward. So they are making anybody beg and push for those inches. That was amazing. And as an adult skater, I can't do that.
It's definitely the work of a good team. I don't skate, and I can't do it. I'm an earthbound being. So Unstoppable back around. Another 5 points. Philly holding down the fort hardcore. Those blockers just holding everybody.
Number 17, Philadelphia, soul crushing. Columbia Jammer, number 999, Bad Juju.
Bad Juju's got some great jukes. I don't know if you saw that.
Juju has some jukes.
Juju's got some jukes. She just bean dipped around somebody a little bit ago. That was pretty awesome. Columbia forcing the call off. Some wonderful teamwork there, right on that curve. Just, boop, you're out.
Philadelphia has hit the century mark with 104 to Columbia's 11. 16 points in that last jam. Coming up, we've got Columbia number 2, short stack, against number 10, Rainbow Crash.
Jam is on, and it looks like they were just waiting for the pivot to come and make some moves.
That was a very interesting strategy Philadelphia just had with their pivot coming around and then hitting the Columbia Jammer before the jammers moved after the whistle. That was a very interesting.
I'm going to call that Insta-O.
Insta-O.
Insta-O. Because that's exactly what it was. Wow, and a beautiful apex jump by Rainbow Crash. And it looks like Columbia's out now. She reminds me.
Turnaround.
She reminds me of Riot. Just like Riot.
Yeah. Rainbow Crash just reminded George of one of Tampa's Bruise Crew skaters, Riot Rayhem.
Just
with how she just got out of that pack.
It's just like a little floaty move, and she just did it, and she was done.
Is that the technical term, floaty move?
Yes, that is the technical term. We have Unstoppable up for Philly and DJ Weapon for Columbia. Unstoppable out
before anybody even got to the first apex.
Be interested to see what his scores, how many he's wrapped up. He's the highest. Both teams looking really strong right now.
Unstoppable doing a beautiful bean dip. Unfortunately, he got a cut track out of it and is going to the box. That gives number 32, DJ Weapon, a power jam.
Bouncing right along the edge there. Unfortunately, 171 knocked him, but he does have a power jam on his side right now. It looks like we're running everybody back right now.
And number 32. After that incredible strategy of drawing everyone back, 814 got a destruction, and then the jammer, number 32, got a cut track.
Philly using their strength to try and knock the Columbia players apart to make room.
Separate them out.
For their jammer. Sometimes what they'll do is you'll see them grab a goat. I guess it's called, right? A goat. Like they'll just pick one player off and just move them off to the side.
Yep, that is goating. Keeping them in the pack. So they create the pack and then they're in control. Absolutely. We've got a timeout with Columbia. I'm sorry, an official review for Columbia. Right now, the score is Philadelphia 128 to Columbia 11. We have 11 minutes and 40 seconds left in this half. And I think right now, I would like to talk about our NSOs and our referees, since they don't get enough praise and accolades and thanks. Right now, we've got Kristoffs, Troy, D-Ride, The Fuzz, Blondie Blitz, Crush Groove, Psylocke, Budafet, Mr. Sergai, Edith as our NSOs. Y'all can wave and say hi if you like. Make sure you see them and you thank them. Our referees are Pete in the Pool, Refty Venture, Kilt Trip, which I love that name, Bob Gnarly, Tricky Ricky, Gary, woohoo Gary, and Taxidermist. Traxidermist. Oh my gosh. That's even
you
better.
You had one job.
One job.
So Billy's got lead jam at 8 out of the last 10 jams, and right now 13 Unstoppable is sitting at 93 points just on the game.
So a few stat things. We've got Unstoppable, an unofficial, but so far it looks like he has made over 93 points in this game alone. Just this half, right. And Philadelphia has had 8 out of the 10 lead jams.
Official reviews are great to try and review things, but also it's good for the team sometimes to help.
Well, you know, since we've got a little time, you should go get some food. We've got nachos, hot dogs, popcorn, pretzels, chips, drinks, Tantrum's Sandwich Station, and AlBQ. If you haven't had some AlBQ, you are missing out.
So the official review was a call to
They're still reviewing the official review.
We're going to see what happens.
Are we allowed to say what it was about?
I believe we can say what it's about, but we don't know what it's going to stand.
Right, we don't know the answer.
It was to contest the destruction call on Pivot 814.
Okay.
Columbia's 814. And that will stand as she was the only person defining the pack, and she skated back beyond 10 feet behind the pack.
Gotcha.
Therefore, causing a destruction of pack.
So they lose their review.
Mm-hmm. Philly up for lead.
Number
Columbia
31.
getting into it. Beautiful apex jump by Columbia 3-2. Unfortunately, it was a cut. I don't know if you saw that one of the Columbia players beanbagged one of the other, like used a Columbia player as a little like a beanbag to knock. I don't know, beanbag.
I call those cannonballs usually, yeah.
Beanbags.
When you really have no choice, you're being basically voluntold to hit somebody.
You will hit this person now.
But she stayed on her skates.
She did. It was awesome. And it was 3-2-1, I want to say. It just kind of chucked. Like, I don't know if it was 2-1 or somebody. I don't know. She just chucked her at her. That's a play that you will see quite often.
I want to do that play. Can I be the chucker, not the Chucky?
I mean, if I played, I would totally be the Chucky always. It's the only way I'd move on skates if somebody pushed me. We have 7-7-7 for Columbia and 1-3 up for Philly. Columbia making unstoppable work for that one, and it looks like Columbia got out first, so lead jam goes to Columbia.
That was a beautiful high-speed strategy, or I like to call strategery.
Strategery.
By Kenzie, number 777. She called it off right before Unstoppable could hit the pack.
Yeah.
She made her points and kept them at 0.
That's some good
strategery.
Jammer mentality.
Strategery.
Knowing where the other jammer is at all times. So she did a great job.
Absolutely. Number 31 for Philadelphia.
Columbia up for their second lead in a row. I'm so sorry. I did not mean to talk.
No problem. Yeah, that was the second lead for Columbia in a row. And
a power jam for Columbia as well at this point.
Philadelphia's jammer got a back block. That's why she's in the penalty box.
Philly's very good at reforming, so when Columbia is breaking them apart, they're getting back together pretty quick, but it looks like Columbia made it out.
I don't know if you're noticing this, but number 17 on Philadelphia, Takedown Diva, she is seriously taking down people. I mean, she has earned her name. I mean, and she's recycling her strategy of hitting them out and recycling them back and soul crushing. I mean, she just got a power jam for her team because of her takedown skills.
I like it. 7-7-7 and 1-3 up against one another.
And Unstoppable gets lead again. I apologize. I just stepped on you.
No, you're all right. It looks like 1-3 might... Is he at like 97% lead? Something like that?
Yes.
He's been lead almost every single time, minus 1 or 2.
And actually, I think 777 is the only one that has gotten lead on him so far. I'm almost positive.
And a star pass for Columbia. Forcing the call off by Philly.
Philadelphia gaining another 6 points. And Columbia for this jam getting 0. But it's making the score 144 for Philadelphia and 18 for Columbia.
We got 8-1-4 for Columbia and 1-0 up for Philly.
And we've got Crash from Philly taking the lead.
Philly is pretty relentless. Hit after hit after hit after hit. Kind of like a waterfall.
I have to say that back awareness on Philadelphia to make sure that they were staying in play to hold that jammer from Columbia, that was on point.
Columbia just scooted her way right around the outside. A beautiful move. Definitely using her edges.
Oh, yeah. Philadelphia gaining another 8 points, while Columbia staying with 0 points in that Jam 15. I'm sorry, Jam 14.
Just over 5 minutes left in the game.
Half in this half. Just this half.
Half. My bad. I'm sorry.
I don't know about you, but it has gone by so fast. We've got a timeout.
No. Okay. I don't know. It's a timeout of some sort. Shout out to our photographers that are hanging out today. We've got Sam Antics in the middle of the track.
If you can't tell who she is, she has some amazing blue and green hair going on, or teal hair going on.
The bun. I just punched my mic.
Next up, we've got Unstoppable against Kenzie for Columbia.
Both walls making them both work pretty hard for this. Oh, and Kenzie is right there, and then she got a forearm called.
Yep, she's going to the box, unfortunately. But do you know that Kenzie is the highest scoring jammer for Columbia this game?
I did not know that.
Well, now you do.
The more you know. Unstoppable is just duck diving around people.
Just using those edges beautifully.
1-0-0 called on a multiplayer block.
Columbia Kenzie, as I'm calling her right now, some very good awareness of where her feet are, getting pulled back from that hit after she tried to do an apex.
Hit after hit, and she just barreled right through that curve, which is some athletic workout. I can't even.
At this point, I would be taking a nap.
What?
I'd be taking a nap at this point. Way to push it.
Way to push it indeed.
Philadelphia's Unstoppable, number 1-3, just gained an additional 28 points this last jam.
We got 1-4 up for Philly, and I believe 8-1-4 up for Columbia.
We've got a little bit of a pileup going on right now.
Happens sometimes.
But they were very conscientious of each other and made sure no one got hurt. Loved it.
To bounce up like that, it's just incredible to me.
And Philly's got lead again with number 1-4. Rough Red.
Pushing her way. 8-1-7 for Philly right there. Definitely a clutch player.
I like that word, clutch. Using those edges. Unfortunately, she got a cut track. So close.
I've noticed Philly's 817 ducking around to the front of the pack at the last second.
Philadelphia's blockers did a really nice job separating Columbia right there, breaking them up and making it so the jammer had a little bit more of an easier time getting through, so she doesn't have to get so, exhausted pushing.
Yeah. Well, if you think about it, I mean, okay, so these are younger people, right? But you're
younger people, yeah.
As a blocker or a jammer, at any point, you're pushing upwards from 200 pounds.
Yeah.
So when your team rolls up and knocks everybody out of the way for you, that's a lot appreciated, I'm sure. We're down to the last 40 seconds of this half.
Philadelphia gaining another 24 points, making it 205 to Columbia's 18.
We got 3-1 up for Philly and 3-2-1 up for Columbia.
I love these names. Squirrel. Squirrel. Against number 31, Susan B. Anarchy.
Both walls giving the jammers a hard time, with Philly making the lead. Columbia getting out. And Susan B making her way right up the edge. Looks like
again, Columbia making no points this jam, and Philadelphia making additional 4. So it is halftime with the score, Philadelphia 209 and Columbia 18. During this amazing halftime, you should get up, stretch your legs, and maybe get yourself a sandwich from the Tantrums booth. They are serving up some amazing paninis, including a peanut butter, banana, and bacon sandwich.
just a quick, I know that the difference in points is large at this moment, but it is anybody's game still. Again, always until the last minute.
I'm really, really impressed with Columbia's defense. The way that they stick together, the way that they they don't move forward unless they are pushed really hard forward.
Inches.
Exactly. And that is extremely hard to do. All right. So I know we've got halftime right now. Make sure if you are looking for something sweet to eat, you go to the Tampa Junior Roller Derby Bake Sale. All donations will help the traveling team go to Nationals in July. So every little bit helps. All right, so right now I am Betty Bam Bam.
And me llamo Jorge.
And we'll be back at the second half.
And we have Diddy on the track, posing for photos for Sam.
And an amazing tapeworm, so thank you, thank you. Without you, we wouldn't have tape on the track.
Sam, I really do love your hair. Love it. Your hair is amazing.
So, real quick, George, how do you think the game is going? And I'm not talking score. I'm talking team and strategy.
I think that both of the walls are communicating at an adult level communications, because they're just throwing information at one another constantly, which is so important. I have coached a couple games.
Oh, just a few.
Just a few.
Just a few.
And that was the biggest thing, is, getting everybody to communicate with one another. That was the biggest thing, and just that communication level that's happening is incredible.
Yeah, I'm going to say, as a blocker myself, and I'm watching the blockers on both sides, the score is not reflecting how hard and amazing Columbia is when it comes to actually holding down their line. So they're working really, really hard, and it's absolutely amazing to see how hard, and they are making Philadelphia fight for those points. All right, we've got about 15 seconds left in this halftime, about to start. And again, the score currently is Philadelphia 209 to Columbia's 18. And we've got Gary as a ref, who's doing her amazing best. Major props to her. And all of the reffing and non-skating officials are doing an amazing job. So please thank them when you see them. They are working very hard for you, and they do volunteer their time for you.
First jam of the half, we have 7-7-7 versus 1-3. And 1-3 out with lead. I will finish a sentence eventually. Speaking in sentence fragments and run-on sentences is frowned upon.
So Columbia's jammer got a cut track because number 17 actually on Philly's team came back behind her, and she was in front initially. So that's what happens when you get a cut track. But yeah. Unstoppable, getting an additional 5 points, making it 14 so far.
Columbia racking them up real quick before the jammer got to them and just holding tight. Beautiful edge work by Columbia's jammer right around the outside there.
Yeah, Kicking Kenzie was very aware of where that pack was and just slipped around the outside to get herself some.
She's a very fast skater also.
Oh, yeah.
Very fast.
So we've got number 814 Hit Bull for Columbia against number 31 Susan B. Anarchy.
Yep. Reach in. Reach in. Just reach in.
Anarchy getting lead.
Columbia's jammer getting a penalty. Looks like a back block. So Philly's up for a power jam at this point. My P's are very poppy.
And number 17, Philadelphia, gets a direction penalty.
Philly through for another 5.
Philadelphia trying hard to keep a goat. I'm sorry, 817.
That leg work by 814, the footwork there. Leg work, footwork?
Footwork, leg work, all the same.
That was some very, very skilled footwork. Sometimes what you'll see in upper level derby, which I find very interesting, is people using their behind as the jammer, like twisting and turning around on the other.
And then bending forward or bending backwards, whichever way you want to call it.
Because as a blocker, what do you do?
You try to move fast and realize what they're doing before they get your point. Because, as you know, once you pass the hips, you've gotten that point.
Yeah. 7-7-7 for Columbia and 1-0 for Philly. Both squidging around the outside, but it looks like Philly got the jump.
Rainbow Crash getting lead.
Columbia is very close on her.
Right behind her.
Wonderful jammer awareness by 1-0 to hit the pack and call it.
Gaining her an additional 3 points for Philadelphia.
Columbia's 8-1-4 versus Philly's
Rough
1-4.
Red, number 14.
Columbia taking it to the front of the pack, and it's so close. So close, an 8-1-7 there for that clutch move. And she went for another one, but Columbia had a blocker just cannonball her out.
Yes.
I almost said beanbag again. 1-6 knocked 8-1-7 out as she was about to do that clutch move back on the...
And did you see Columbia's jammer was so aware of who knocked her out that she was able to come back in and not get a cut track. That awareness is absolutely incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the biggest thing that'll get you as a jammer, I think, is penalties.
Oh, yeah.
Just knowing where your feet are in respect to the person that knocked you out.
Right. And if you're in the box, you're not making points. And if you're not making points, you're not helping your team.
Yeah.
So we've got 7-7-7 against number 13. 13, Unstoppable, getting out as lead.
Oh, and a beautiful juke around 171 by Columbia 777.
Kicking Kenzie is kicking. That's all I'm going to say about that. And
that was a calculated move.
And she pushed it to force Unstoppable to actually call that off. That was a great strategy. She hustled. That was amazing.
Quick.
Looks like we've got a new jammer up here, number 999 for Columbia, Bad Juju, against number 10, Rainbow Crash.
Juju's got jukes, remember?
That's true. Juju's got jukes. My bad. Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, you're bad. No, I'm just kidding with you.
And Crash has gained lead for Philadelphia.
One zero just swooping around the outside, inside, sorry. And 999 using her jukes and footwork to dodge some human beings.
The score is now Philadelphia 267 to Columbia 19.
Up for,
I'm sorry, 266.
Up for Philly, we have 1-3, and Columbia, we have 2. So that's Unstoppable and Short Stack. Oh, Slam Cakes. Is this a new jammer? This might be a new jammer for
Number 2.
Columbia.
Yeah.
Unstoppable, running right through the inside. I feel like 817 and 171 are trading positions for that clutch.
Number 13 trying to do an apex jump, unfortunately was actually hit out of bounds.
1633 was definitely crushing some souls back there, making unstoppable work for everything that he was doing. Unfortunately got called on a penalty.
.171 Tomahawk is actually drawing the jammer back as far as he can.
And this will be a power
jam for Unstoppable.
Columbia walling it up real fast. And 9 just knocked him back for a second there.
I just became speechless. That's very hard for me, but I became speechless with that amount of blocking and defense right before the third turn.
We have just
that was intense. Sorry.
No, you're good. We have just over 20 minutes left in this game. I said it right this time.
Yes, you did.
I did it. I did the right thing. We have a Columbia jammer frozen in the box. But Columbia's blockers are not giving in very easily at all. Definitely making that jammer work for it.
Both teams currently only having 3 blockers on the track. Cutting that.
Some very fancy footwork from Philly's 3-1. And
beautiful lateral. Short back. Not letting Philadelphia push her out.
I don't even know what happened. It was so many things all at once.
I just got goosebumps. I don't know about you.
I became terrified and excited.
Terrified and excited all at the same time.
Ex-terrified.
It's terrifyingly exciting?
Yes. 777 for Columbia and 1-0 for Philly. Both of them vying for lead, and it looks like
quick little hop
right
by
into the
Crash.
Lead. But it is a no pass, no
penalty.
No penalty. Therefore, she does not gain lead. So lead is still up. If Columbia gets out of the pack, she'll have lead. Strike that. She did take off the star. Therefore, this will be a 2-minute jam.
Philadelphia's blockers are doing an amazing job just moving the jammer from side to side.
All that lateral movement, it's insane between all of those blockers and the jammers. And 777 making it out of the pack, but again, no star on the head, therefore no lead, and we have 50 seconds left. So this will be her first scoring pass.
And Philadelphia's jammer, 1-0 crash, got a cut track, giving Columbia a power jam. Their turn. Ooh.
Philly using this as a chance to take everybody back as far as humanly possible.
It seems like this is about the third time that they've done the drawback, or the second time that Philadelphia and Columbia's done it once earlier on.
Columbia did it once, that's true. You run the risk when you're at the back of that pack if you go just a little too far, because the pack definition by these refs is so tight. They're so tight. They're paying really close attention to it. So you run the risk when you run it back like that, that if you step out a foot, that's it. You're gonna get a
destruction or
that. Thank you for knowing words. I'm so glad you know words.
We've got number 999 for Columbia up against 14 for Philadelphia.
One four just spun out for lead. And it looks like we're calling it off for injury.
With the amount of speed that these athletes actually put into just every step of play, it happens. Injury happens, unfortunately. So, while we are taking a slight time out, let's talk about fundraisers. We've got the Tampa Tantrum Sandwich Station, the Tampa Juniors Bake Sale. So if you've got a sweet tooth going on right now, this is a good time to actually get up, shake off the numb legs, and grab yourself something sweet. We also have the Sea Sirens custom hats, helmets, shoes, etc. that can be painted with your name and number. We also have vendors, Skater's Choice, Cinderella soap design, the JRDA table, and
Synogens.
You know how to say it.
Happened last time. Synogens.
Synogens with Jennifer. That just sounds so serene.
Synogens. It's something to do with lip stain, I believe.
I
need
like
it.
You need lip stain?
No, not at all. Quick shout out to our medics for being here and volunteering their time to help out.
And again, when you see any ref, NSO, anybody who is volunteering, please give them a thank you, a high five. They are volunteering their time to make sure that this tournament goes well. And don't forget to buy your Spring Break Swarm Tournament t-shirt. They are $15.
That is a mouthful.
Yes, it was.
Spring
but
Break
I said
Swarm
it.
Tournament t-shirt.
Yes, Spring Break
like
Swarm Tournament t-shirt.
A round of applause. She is up and at 'em.
We're about to start the next jam.
Some happy high fives from one team to another.
Love happy high fives. I want a happy high five. Will you give me a happy high five? Who wants to give me a happy high five? Oh,
I did
thank
it.
you, George.
I stole it.
I appreciate it. So we've got TIE Fighter. I believe this is his first jammer for Philadelphia. We've got number 9 for Columbia. I Gnarly. And I believe this is her first jam as well.
Is it?
TIE Fighter gaining lead.
He's quick. Very, very quick.
I'm going to give a shout out to him real quick as well. He is also an amazing ref. Amazing referee. So to see him as a jammer and a referee, I mean, what can he not do?
The answer is nothing. He can do all things. All of the things. I feel like that was like a triple negative. So my grammar's terrible, apparently, but these guys are doing a great job. Columbia is making TIE Fighter work hard.
Columbia's number 2-1. Ham Slamwich getting a forearm penalty. 63 holding TIE Fighter up until the very last second, right around the third turn.
There was a star pass. There was a very sneaky one from Columbia.
Very nice strategy.
And 650, I just have to point this out. She is unbelievably aware of her feet. Very aware. That jammer awareness that we were talking about earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Where you have to know where your feet are to know if you're going to get a
props
penalty or not.
And number 6'3", I believe, for Columbia, got a low block. And TIE Fighter calls off the jam.
The TIE Fighter got another 3 points for Philly.
Getting Philadelphia 18 points. Making the score 327 to Columbia's 19. Columbia has 3 blockers currently on the track against Philadelphia's 4. Unstoppable against number 767 for Columbia.
Unstoppable.
Butter popcorn.
And it is a power jam for Unstoppable for Philly.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
He hopped right around the outside. And a very nice apex jump. It's an apex jump. By Unstoppable.
He makes it look so easy. Like it's, second nature, first nature, whatever you want to call it.
I'm what I like to call an earthbound being. Ergo. Columbia communicating quite a bit.
I will say, Columbia is playing very clean.
Really good awareness on Unstoppable being on the outside of the track and practically jumping over a down skater.
And through. Over and through. It's kind of, I'm gonna just move your arms out of the way. It's fine.
Some beautiful defense on Columbia.
The star pass and 2 getting out of the pack, forcing 1-3 to call it off, I believe.
I keep looking at the score and I can't believe that Columbia has 19 points, because every time I look, I see them working so in sync with each other.
Diligent.
That's a good word.
Diligent is the word.
Yeah.
1633 up for Columbia, and 1-0 just running right around the outside and catching lead. Hopping that apex and getting herself 5 more points, and 1633 is out of the pack. Hustling. Looks like a low block received by the Columbia blocker right at the last minute there, but
yes.
Nobody hurt, all good.
Nobody hurt. That's all that matters, really.
TIE Fighter's out again for Philly, and
he is ready to go.
He's rearing to go. And 1-6
against 16 Slam Diesel. I believe this is her first jam.
Mm-hmm.
of the game. I'm excited to see what she can do. She's an amazing blocker.
She's very strong. Look at that. She's just pushing that pack. And TIE Fighter using his speed to get around the other blockers.
And Diesel gets out. She was working those seams really, really well. And she forced TIE Fighter to call off the jam.
That's it. Great job.
It is so wonderful and amazing to see blockers jam. I can't do it. They ask me to pivot, and I always pray, please don't pass me the cover. But when you see them start off as a jammer, it's amazing to watch the athleticism of a blocker being able to do both.
Blammers.
Kudos. Kudos.
2 up for Columbia and 1-4 up for Philly. And 2 is right on Philly's tail. Gosh, they're fast.
Beautiful hit out by number 999 on Columbia's team. Bad juju.
Philly receiving a cut track penalty for the jammer. Therefore, it is a power jam for Columbia. And she just gained 4 points.
Bad juju's getting some good juju.
Juju's got some jukes. And some spins. She's got fancy footwork, that's for sure.
Way to stay on the track and just circle around.
The Philly blockers are very much so relentless, and their waterfalls and how do you call that? How do you call it? When like they drop one and then pick up another? Cyclone? Recycling. I'm very bad with words. The recycling is very good for Philly.
Yes, very much so. Number 14, Rough Red, has gotten back onto the track. Beautiful little hop. Spin move. Unfortunately, she was recycled back.
Yeah.
So, Philadelphia has score of 376 against Columbia's 29. Columbia gaining 10 points in the last 3 jams.
We have 3-1 up for Philly and 7-7-7 up for Columbia. Got a couple blockers in the box, giving the edge to Columbia, but 817 out there. Clutch move, but it looks like one of her blockers knocked 817 off of her.
777 getting lead for Columbia.
Yes.
Anarchy seeming to have a little bit of trouble getting through, but using her toe stops. An amazing awareness by Anarchy.
Yes.
Again, knowing who hit her, knowing they got a penalty and being able to just keep it going.
Great awareness by Kickin Kenzie there. She's very, very aware of the other jammer.
Oh, yeah.
And placement. That's really good. Looks like we have a timeout for Philly.
Timeout for Philadelphia. I'm just exhausted already from watching them.
Yeah.
Everything, I mean, it's absolutely amazing how quickly, first of all, this game is going and how fast they are skating and knowing what to do. I'm amazed at how clean the game is.
Yes. By the way, if you're hungry, we are selling food here.
Food.
Nachos, hot dogs, popcorn, pretzels, chips, drinks. Tantrums have a sandwich station over here.
Which is delicious.
Delicious.
Delicioso. And we've got awesome vendors here for your vendoring pleasure. Skater's Choice. We've got for your vendoring pleasure.
All right.
Well, you like that?
I do. It's wonderful. We're getting back on.
We are back. Jam 16. Second half of this game. We have little less than 5 minutes, 40 seconds left on the clock. We've got Unstoppable against T-Puff.
T-Puff. I wasn't, yeah.
T-Puff.
T-Puff.
That's such a cool name, too.
I love it.
Unstoppable gaining 5 points.
And T-Puff is pushing with all his might, and he got out. Wonderful job.
Unstoppable calling it off before T-Puff can get back to the pack to make some points.
Why are you sorry? I'm talking really slow.
Up for Philly, we have 1-0. Rainbow Crush. And for Columbia, 7-7-7. Kickin' Kenzie.
Columbia doing such an amazing job holding the jammer.
A quick word. I just want to say this. I have noticed consistently that 1-0 for Philly has been very aware of open spots on edges.
Even very small open
Just
spots,
tiny.
yes.
If she could just, oh, you know, I think my foot might fit there.
Right.
It's kind of, that's pretty incredible to see. 7-7-7 out of the pack. Forcing the call off, but was it before there was a, nope. Both teams got some points. According to a decently amazing friend, best stolen points is best points, according to Sam.
Oh, yeah.
According to Sam Antex as a jammer,
Who is a jammer for the Blues Crew.
stolen points is best points.
And a photographer today. We've got 1-6-3-3 T-Puff against 1-3 Unstoppable.
T-Puff feeding 1-3 into his blockers.
Gaining lead again for Philadelphia. And bean dipping to the outside, avoiding every blocker, including his own team.
That thing I was talking about earlier, where you kind of twist and use your back and your anything that you can.
Like running really hard on a seam
Yeah.
to kind of break them up. Yeah.
Unstoppable's very good at that. And T-Puff just pushing. Wonderful stopping power, I noticed. He got knocked out and within a foot stopped and went back around to the other side.
Absolutely.
The small things you notice in the upper level,
Oh, yeah. And that's why they play upper level.
that is why they do. Just over 2 minutes left in this game. We've got 4-1-2 for Philly and 40 for Columbia. And I almost said up to bat. I don't know why I just admitted that either.
I don't know why you did either.
Shout out to you, my friend, for not letting people cross the red line. Thank you. Thank you so much.
We've got Kenzie for Columbia up against Rainbow Crash for Philadelphia. We got a forearm on number 16 for Columbia, who is also Slam Diesel, who also jammed.
Kenzie is ripping up the side there. So fast, unbelievably fast.
I'm noticing a very interesting pace with this game. How when it's going very slow, first it was very, very fast. And then it started to slow down, almost like people were starting to catch their breath and realize they're playing, they know what they're doing, they're starting to use their own strategies. And as the game is going on, I'm noticing who's in control of the speed of the pack. It's very interesting, to me at least.
Kenzie's out for a second one in a row, no?
Yes.
Yes. And Unstoppable.
He just doesn't want to get off the track. He just wants to keep playing.
She is so fast.
Kenzie?
Yes.
Yes.
They both are. It's just a very fast-paced. And is it the last jam?
We've got one more jam, I believe, for
Potentially.
this game.
Depends.
We're not gonna have another. My bad. Looks like we are at the unofficial score. Philadelphia 420, Columbia 40.
Amazing job by both teams holding it down. Was a lot of work.
Major props to.
Seriously.
I'm going to say to Columbia because they had amazing strategy. They had amazing blocking defense, and when they could, they did some really nice O.
Wonderful job by both of these teams.
So final score, Philly 420, Columbia 40. If you didn't watch this game or hear it here, you are missing out. But you might be able to see the replay on our feed later on.
Not to be that corny old man right now, but this is, like, we are literally watching the future of roller derby right now.
It's blowing my mind.
Right?
Blowing my mind.
High five to both teams. Wonderful, wonderful job.
And if you are hungry, this is a perfect time to go to the Tantrums sandwich booth bar right over in the corner there and grab yourself an amazing chicken salad sandwich. You can add bacon, you can add avocado, you could add bananas if you really wanted to.
You can add nothing.
Or nothing. It's amazing. It has a smokiness to it that is just the bomb.
It's because Al was up smoking the chicken.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was.
So, smoked chicken.
I want them to name a sandwich after me. I want it to be like Bam Bam Chicken. Bam Bam Chicken Salad.
I just want to.
I want anybody who orders
appreciate
that.
your efforts.
I would like the Bam Bam Chicken Salad. If you do that, I would appreciate it. Or maybe bring me one. All right. Well, for the Philadelphia against Columbia game, I am Betty Bam Bam.
Y me llamo Jorge.
Or George Squashington.
Thank
And
you all.
we will see you at the next game.
Thank you all so much.